I am so proud of myself. So proud of myself. And I'll tell you why in just a second. This is the Build in Public series, and I am just really like in awe over myself and some of the things that I have accomplished over the last week. And it's gonna seem small to you, but it's big to me. This is the Build in Public series, and I am Kiné, the leading national certified counselor specializing in financial hypnotherapy for stress. I am building the world's largest global barber network offering mental health and money systems, and I'm taking you along the way. Let me tell you what I've learned so far. Let me tell you what I've done so far. So, are you familiar with the Kolbe A assessment? The Kolbe A is a personality assessment, but it assesses how you work, your work style. And it works really well for companies, especially I like it for small companies. A friend of mine introduced it to me 5 or 6 years ago, and I've been using it ever since. It's the way that I hire now because I have not been good at hiring in the past. Um, I'm not usually a great leader because of one of my Kobe strengths. And then um, but I like the Kobe because not only does it help me run the business better, but it just helps me run myself better. There's one strength that I have that is a strength, but it also can end up being a challenge. You know how you go to job interviews and they ask you that question. I don't really know the question because I really haven't had a job. I've been a serial entrepreneur all my life. And so, but I know that there's a question. I hear it on the social media. And so when they ask that question, this is my answer. I am a quick start. You give me something, I'm gonna get on it right then and there. Because I am a quick start, sometimes I start shit that don't need to be started. Like, whoa, 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 where are you going? What are you doing? Whoa, 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 stop, stop. And this last 2 weeks, there have been a couple things that I wanted to start, but I just been patient. Like, don't start yet. Don't start yet. And that's very uncomfortable for me. I don't know about you. Most people are not quick starts, but it is a valuable strength. It's a valuable skill to have. I don't even know that it's a skill. It's not something you can teach yourself. It's more like it's a gift. And so to have this personality trait is a gift, and I'm very grateful for it. But when I don't start quick, I get a little worried. I'm like, oh shoot, what is wrong? Is this what procrastination is? I don't have procrastination in my life. And so I love the Kobe assessment because for those who are not quick starts and who are afraid or feel inadequate because they feel like they're procrastination. Now, procrastination does exist. That exists. Sometimes you are procrastinating, but sometimes you are listening to your intuition. And that is what I did over the last 2 weeks. Now, I think I did a video a week ago, but since I've been in Nice, there has been this peace. Peace in Nice. And I call Nice my happy place. I call Dubai my lucky place. Now, there are some places I go to where I feel like I need to work, like work. That's my more my grind or hustle place. But right now in Nice, I'm working just enough and I'm resting just enough and I'm entertaining just enough. And it feels a little strange. I know you're supposed to have work life balance, harmony, or whatever, but that's just not who I am. I love what I do. Like, I love what I do, and I can do it anytime. Call me anytime, and I will do therapy, specifically financial hypnotherapy. Like, I don't want to just listen to your problems. That's kind of what I see therapy as. And so that didn't work for me. I'm lucky that I became a hypnotherapist just after graduating. So I never really did therapy without the hypnotherapy. And I don't see how therapists do it because it's a long, arduous process. But when hypnotherapy is involved, it is a lot shorter. And so I love that. Because of that, I'm able to also work asynchronistically. Like, however, let me tell you, I challenge that a little bit too, because Sometimes you're going back to the quick start. Sometimes you're not supposed to heal fast. Sometimes you are supposed to take your time. And because I work with men and men like to get stuff done, I mean, I don't work only with men. I didn't say that. I said because I work with men, that's who I work with primarily, typically in general. So, in general, that was French. So I work with men and they like to get it done. It's just like, all right, what do I need to do? Let's do it. And I like working like that. I told you I'm a quick start. So, but there are times when it's like, whoa, slow down. You've been dealing with this for a very long time. You're 50 years old. This has been your thing for, like, I worked with a gentleman. Um, he had this like inadequacy kind of thing, but he was so powerful. He's a black man in corporate and he was a consultant. And sometimes he would lose the consultancy to, client to a white male who didn't know nearly as much as he did not have the credentials. But here's the thing that, first of all, that white male is a white male, and that's people like to do business with people who look like them. It's just the way the world is. Don't get mad about it. So if he was going to other black companies now, I like to argue black people, sometimes we like to do business with people who don't look like us, which is contrary to what is human nature. But he was losing some of these deals because he was a black male, and that was making him feel inadequate. And I'm telling him that doesn't have anything to do with you. That has everything to do with who they are. First of all, they're just going by human nature, so don't get too upset about it. And second of all, if they are disqualifying you because of that, then to that's who they are. That's not about who you are. You get it? You see? Do you see? So he began to see that. And because that fell off of him a little bit, because he stopped going into these meetings like, oh, I'm a black man, probably not going to get it because I see these other white men going up against the same, RFP or whatever that I'm going after. The other thing that he had that was way back, because the black male thing probably came to him somewhere around college. But he had something else too, and that was that his father left him at a very young age. I mean, like maybe 5 or 6 or something like that. And then his mom passed away when he was like maybe 8 or 9. So he was parentless. First, he was fatherless, then motherless. So he would always refer to him as a parentless child. That's how he would refer to himself. Now, for childhood ends really around 12 years old, whether you know that or not. Okay, I know 18 is when they say you got to get out, but um, really around 12 years old, you kind of got everything the parents are going to be able to teach you. After that, you're just proving, 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 proving. That's the way the subconscious brain works. But 7 years old is when you are observing, observing, and taking in a lot of information. And he didn't realize that from 0 to 6 years old, when his father died, he had two parents. And then, I mean, when his father left, he had two parents. And then from 6 to 8 years old, he at least had that loving mother, which surpassed the observation point. Seven is when, 7 is when you really stop. 5 is really when you stop observing. So technically, he had parents for 2 years. So while he was focused on not having parents, that was his thing. What if there was something else? What if something happened? Because of the work that I do, I know that that's not what we're dealing with, because you weren't a father, you weren't a parentless child. You had parents for a certain amount of time. But what was it that happened during that parenting time that really made you feel alone? Hmm. And you might be asking yourself the same question. This is supposed to be a build in public, and I just went into straight therapy. Okay, 8 minutes of therapy. You're welcome. So, uh, what I want to say, my own therapy, a little bit of my own therapy is I've been enjoying taking it slow. I usually love things to move fast, but it hasn't been moving fast, and subscribers have been like eking in. But the universe told me, oh, so kaboom! I got a little message from my grandson. And the message just said, kaboom. And he doesn't probably know why he sent me that. And I don't even know either, but I decided to interpret that as it's coming. That was the universe. And my grandson doesn't message me that much, just so you know. He waits for me to call him. He is a sweet boy, but he does wait for me to call him. So, and when I call, he's very excited. Hey, baby, whatever. But so to get that message was quite. It was a great way to wake up this morning. Um, so I love when my family um, reaches out to me because I'm typically the one to reach out. My mom is the only one I talk to every single day, every day, probably 2 or 3 times a day, but mostly through text message and audio messages, but all the time. Everyone else is kind of like, well, why haven't I heard from you? Um, because you haven't reached out to me. Well, you're always so busy. Hmm. Okay. Well, I reached out to you. You didn't answer. Were you busy? Oh, were you busy? Well, you were just sitting around waiting for me to call. Well, what kind of person are you? So that's kind of like what happens a lot in my life. But that's changing. That's changing. That's changing. That's changing. Yeah, that's changing a lot. So I have people in my life now that do check on me and when I do check on them, it's not like, oh, where have you been, stranger? It's like the same place you've been. It don't work both ways. So going back to my little therapy, self therapy, which I didn't actually do anything. I just been grateful for the process being slow. I still am a quick start. That hasn't changed, and I changed very quickly. I acted very quickly when the time was right. But that was the thing. Sometimes I just go, and then I end up with a lot of clutter because you go and you do this work, and then you don't have anything to do with it. But let me give you this last 5 minutes of power. I'm gonna just like bam, 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 bam. This is what I accomplished. So I've been using Claude. You know that I made the video about my tech stack. I've been using Claude, but with Kajabi, you're better off using Co-founder. If nobody has told you that, if you use Kajabi, you're better off using Co-founder. I have mastered Kajabi. Like I have already was good at Kajabi, not great at Kajabi, but I have become great at Kajabi because I hired, well, I've named my new agent Cofield. Cofield is my Kajabi AI agent, and he is brilliant. And he works inside my business. He sees what I'm doing. He understands how to explain things to me. He can do most of the work, those things that he can't do. He's like, here, do this, do this, do this. He can give me very clear direction. And it's not a bunch of information. Like sometimes Claude overwhelms you with information. They changed Claude. Claude used to be so good. And then Anthropic decided to make him not so good. I guess so people would have to use up more tokens or like upgrade to that Opus or something like that. So Sonnet, the version that I used to use is just not that good anymore. So, but I'm not doing it. I'm not paying the money per month and paying for tokens. I'm like, there's got to be another way. So right now, that's what I did. I switched over. I only use Claude mostly for in my Kajabi business. I'm looking forward to 17 Hats bringing in some AI agents because that will 17 Hats. Is very people, human, and I love that about 17 Hats. In fact, I'm a 17 Hats ambassador because of that, because I want to be one of the humans that get to interact with them, because I want to interact with humans. So I love that about 17 Hats. I run that type of business. I have a very high tech, high touch business. So I've mastered Kajabi. We simplify my offers so much. The newsletter is free. It's staying free. It will always be free. In the newsletter, I will offer two offers. One is to upgrade to the network, where you get the to interact with me, ask me anything. Where you get the barber network, like other barbers. You get this. This is the part that makes me so proud. So I recorded this series about stress management for barbers. And I broke down the 3 reasons why barbers are most stressed. You're most stressed because you need more money today. And I'm going to show you how to do that. But first, let's just focus on reducing the stress. This is partly how we reduce the stress. You're also stressed because you don't know how you're going to retire. Like you don't see the end. How does this thing end? And some of that goes back to the first one, you're not making enough money. Because if you're not making enough money to enjoy your life today, like take vacations and stuff like that, or say no when you want to, then that means that you're not making enough money to save for retirement, and that's dangerous. So we got to get you there. And then the third reason why you're stressed is because you're taking on other people's stress. You're listening to their problems. And this kind of goes back to the revenue. That right there is a revenue stream, but you're scared. You're scared to ask for more money. You're scared to change that into a service. You say it's just part of the job, and part of what I have to do is show you that it's not just part of the job. That is my job, to show you how valuable you are, how valuable that knowledge is, how valuable your wisdom is, the insight that you give your clients, that that's not just part of the haircut. That's not, it's more than that. So this is what I put together these videos to show barbers where their stress is. I really explained a lot to them. The self-sync system, which is the vision, clarity, design, clearing and expanding, that part first, and then the money emotions, and then the money cycle. And then we break down the money cycle: earn, grow, protect, gift, and enjoy. So those 12 videos, but then I added 2 bonus videos. One bonus video just wraps up stress management and gives you a little bit of a morning routine kind of thing. And then I really poured into you and to give you my own goals. Like, what am I accomplishing, and why is that important? And so there, um, so I'm mastering Kajabi. We simplify the offers, the upgrade, very, very small fee to upgrade to the network. And then on top of that, there is a um, control the controllable. You can purchase control the controllable. So that's what's going to be in most of the newsletters, a way for me to monetize. But I feel like I'm practicing what I preach. I'm doing my work first. Obviously, I've been telling you how I've been growing, and I'm practicing what I preach. I feel like I'm leading with generosity. These are my core values. I'm leading with generosity, and I'm keeping the work authentic, because part of the reason why I was taking my time is because I didn't want to deliver something that wasn't the work, that wasn't self-sync. And there's a way to deliver it. So it's all marketing. And look, let me just explain to you, I'm not good at marketing. That is not where I shine. I shine at customer service. I shine at serving. I shine at operations. There needs to be a marketing person here. So far, that person has not showed up, but they'll be here soon. And when they get here, kaboom, like my grandson said. So, but I am ready. I'm ready. Stay ready. Ain't got to get ready. Know what to say? So I'm ready. I'm ready for the kaboom. I'm ready for it to grow. But I'm glad I took my time. And there are more things coming. I told you in the last video that I didn't get the one, you know, project that I went for, but there are 2 more projects on the table. Both of them I won't know until September. So we got this. We have, by the time you're listening, it's still August when you're listening to this, but maybe in a couple weeks I will have some answers, and that will feel so good, so good. I think that I updated you on as much as I can right now. This wasn't as much of as an update as it was a sort of like a conversation. But why don't you tell me in the comments, where have you grown this summer, or this like last 8 months of the year? Like, where have you grown in your life? I'm curious. Talk to me. I'm here. I'm listening. I'm sharing my build in public. Share your build. What are you building? How are you growing? And get ready. Oh, if you haven't already subscribed to the Prosperous Barber Journal, please do so. Love you muchly. See you sooner.